Hello and greetings to all. Today we are going to be taking a quick review of the Casio DVC32D, which is my recent purchase. We'll quickly go through the specs, dimensions, how it looks and feels on the wrist. For a quick intro, I would say that in my opinion, this is what the smartwatch of the 80s would look like. The ability to store 20 names and phone numbers at the time must have been awesome. You see, those were simpler times. 20 people were just about the number of people an average person would speak to on the phone. Five out of these numbers were memorized anyways. Of course, there were businessmen and high flying executives at the time also, those who interacted with hundreds. But then they would have their briefcases and diaries for keeping important phone numbers. So for the average person, it was it was still something to behold. Having a small calculator at hand would have been an added bonus, would have been a style statement, just as wearing this watch today is making a fashion statement of sorts. So now let's quickly go through some of the specs and measurements. So I would probably begin with the weight. So let's see how much this thing weighs. So we are getting an approximate of 55 grams for the weight. Oh, 56 grams. Yeah, that's the number that I keep getting frequently. And we'll just go through a few measurements. So now this watch has to be measured in a couple of different places because as you can see, it has different dimensions at different parts. So we will begin with, let's say, at the broadest part, widest part, to get a idea of what would be a diameter. Sorry, I'm beginning to struggle here. Holding this watch straight is quite a challenge while looking at this viewfinder. So we're getting an average of 37. Okay, at the perhaps the narrowest point it would be around 32 mm. Let's see more accurately. 32.5. Here it was, let's see again, at 36. Oh, I'm not. Oh, 37. 37 would be more appropriate. Lug to lug, this is a very challenging one to measure, but let's try. Let's give it a try. So, lug to lug, I'm not getting the right one because, yes, about 51, that would be correct. Okay, now for the breadth. At its widest part, this watch is 12.1 or thereabouts. And at its narrowest point, it should be about 8 mm. Oh, it's 7 mm at its narrowest point. Okay, for the bracelet, we will go through. So we are getting a reading of 24.9. I'm not shy, I'm not getting it right. Okay, 25 degrees at its widest point, and it tapers down to, at its narrowest point, 15.7 mm. And let's see the clasp measurement. About 17 mm is the clasp. So it tapers down to 15 mm. Let's just be sure of that. Oh, 16 mm or some thereabouts. 16 mm, and at the clasp it is 17 mm. More or less, that is what the accurate would be. I mean, that is what the rough figures would be. With the measurements done, Yeah, another thing important to mention is the case. Now you see the steel is the bracelet is steel. It's rather rattly and very slim, but it is steel nonetheless. Now the cleverest part about this watch is that the case is made to look like metal. Well, it is plastic. It is not metal. Okay. Let's put it on the wrist. So this is how the watch would look on my 7 3/4 inch wrist. But I should get a better angle. Ow, my setup is not allowing that. And the most amazing thing about this watch is the bracelet taper. I really love this. Every time I look at it, the way it tapers, it just feels great on the hand, feels and looks great on the hand. I will not be covering the functions of this watch because, well, there are plenty of YouTubers who have gone at length covering all the features and functions that this watch has. But we could do a loom. Let's see the lighting. Let's see how this watch looms up in the dark. So let's just do that. Okay, there's still some light from my monitor, but that should still give us a good idea. Oh, it's pretty clear as I can testify when I'm on day-to-day use. The loom is fantastic, and especially in the night time when I'm out for my walks, I keep it on auto loom. And the next thing we know is that it just makes life so much more easier. It's so easy to check this watch's loom. To check the time even in darkness. Let me just adjust this lighting. It's my first video, so I hope you all can forgive some of my discrepancies. The final thing I believe is we should probably show you about the box and papers that it came in. So it comes in this says vintage series. It opens like this. Perhaps the most important thing for this to cover is how many links I have to remove to fit my wrist. I think approximately there were 3 links that had to be removed. As you can see, 3 links had to be removed for this to fit on my wrist. The box, I like this box, pretty much nice. Comes with quite a bit of paperwork. Let's see, there's the booklet. Oh, there's a hang tag, and well, there's lots of stuff that I don't even know. So, well, this is all I have to say about this watch. It's my recent purchase, and I'm pretty happy with it. If you find my video useful, a thumbs up would be nice. And well, I'm open to criticism. So whatever you find, whatever you find worthy of criticizing, constructive criticism, I would be open to in the comments. Thank you and good day to all.